Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name Haribo. Haribo.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda, Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. I offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Advaita Acharya, whose activities are all wonderful. By his mercy, even a foolish person can describe his characteristics. Being busy with God. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Lord Nityananda. And all glories to Sri Advaita Acharya. And all glories to all the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya. In 5 verses, I have described the principle of Lord Nityananda. Then in the following 2 verses, I describe the glories of Sri Advaita Acharya. Lord Advaita Acharya is the incarnation of Mahavishnu, whose main function is to create the cosmic world through the actions of Maya. Sri Advaita Acharya is indeed directly the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. His glory is beyond the conception of ordinary living beings. Mahavishnu performs all the functions for the creation of the universes. Sri Advaita Acharya is his direct incarnation. Sri Advaita Acharya is his direct incarnation. That Purusa creates and maintains with his external energy. He creates innumerable universes in his pastimes. By his will, he manifests himself in unlimited forms, in which he enters each and every universe. Sri Advaita Acharya is a plenary part of that Purusa, and so is none different from him. Indeed, Sri Advaita Acharya is not separate, but is another form of that Purusa. He, Advaita Acharya, helps in the pastimes of the Purusa, with whose material energy and by whose will he creates innumerable universes. Being a reservoir of all auspicious attributes, Sri Advaita Acharya is all auspicious for the world. His characteristics, activities, and name are all auspicious. Mahavishnu creates the entire material world with millions of his parts, energies, and incarnations. just as external energy consists of two parts, the efficient cause and the material cause, Maya being the efficient cause and Pradhana the material cause. So, Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, assumes two forms to create the material world with efficient and material causes. Lord Vishnu himself is the efficient cause of the material world, and Narayana in the form of Sri Advaita is the material cause. Lord Vishnu, in his efficient aspect, glances over the material energy, and Sri Advaita, as the material cause, creates the material world. Although the Sankhya philosophy accepts that the material ingredients are the cause, the creation of the world never arises from that matter. The Lord infuses the material ingredients with his own creative potency. Then, by the power of the Lord, creation takes place. Here we go. The Lord infuses the material ingredients with his own creative potency. Then, by the power of the Lord, creation takes place. In the form of Advaita, he infuses the material ingredients with creative energy. Therefore, Advaita is the origin cause of creation. Sri Advaita Acarya is the creator of millions and millions of universes, and by his expansions he maintains each and every universe. Sri Advaita is the principal limb of Narayana. Srimad Bhagavatam speaks of limb as a plenary portion of the Lord. O Lord of Lords, you are the seer of all creation. You are indeed everyone's dearest life. Are you not therefore my father Narayana? Narayana refers to one whose abode is in the water, born from Nara. And that Narayana is your plenary portion. All your plenary portions are transcendental. They are absolute and are not creations of Maya. This verse describes that the limbs and plenary portions of the Lord are all spiritual. They have no relationship with material energy. Why has Sri Advaita been called a limb and not a part? The reason is that limb implies greater intimacy. Sri Advaita, who is the reservoir of virtues, is the main limb of Mahavishnu. His full name is Advaita, for he is the identical of all respects with that Lord. As he had formerly created all the universes, now he descended to introduce the path of bhakti. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. He delivered all living beings by offering the gift of Krishna Bhakti. He explained Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam in the light of devotional service. Since he has no other occupation than to teach devotional service, his name is Advaita Acharya. He is the spiritual master of all devotees and is the most revered personality in the world. By a combination of these two names, his name is Advaita Acharya. Since he is a limb or part of the lotus-eyed Supreme Lord, he also bears the name Kamalaksa. His associates have the name bodily features as the Lord. They all have 4 arms, and they are dressed in yellow garments like Narayana. Sri Advaita Acharya is the principal limb of the Supreme Lord. His truth, names and attributes are all wonderful. He worshipped Krishna. He worshipped Krishna with tulsi leaves and water of the Ganges, and called for him in a loud voice. Thus Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared on earth, accompanied by his personal associates. It's through him, Advaita Acharya, that Lord Chaitanya spread the Sankirtana movement, and through him that he delivered the world. The glory and attributes of Advaita Acharya are unlimited. How can the insignificant living entities fathom them? Sri Advaita Acharya is a principal limb of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Another limb of the Lord is Nityananda Prabhu. The devotees aided by Srivasi are his smaller limbs. They are like his hands, face and eyes, and his disc and other weapons. With all of them, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed his pastimes, and with them he spread his mission. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thinking he, Sri Advaita Acharya, is a disciple of Sri Madhavendra Puri, Lord Chaitanya obeys him, respecting him as his spiritual master. To maintain the proper etiquette for the principles of religion, Lord Chaitanya bows down at the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya with reverential prayers and devotion. Sri Advaita Acharya, however, considers Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his master, and he thinks of himself as a servant of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ja, Johan, heel mooi, very beautiful, isn't it? Oh my God, it's beautiful. To dive in it. He forgets himself in the joy of that conception, and he's teaching all living entities. You are servants of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You are servants of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You are servants of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The conception of servitude to Lord Krishna generates such an ocean of joy in the soul that even the joy of oneness with the Absolute, if multiplied 10 million times, could not compare to a drop of it. He says, Nityananda and I are servants of Lord Chaitanya. Nowhere else is there such joy as that which is tasted in this emotion of servitude. The most beloved goddess of fortune resides on the chest of Sri Krishna, yet she too, earnestly praying, begs for the joy of service at his feet. All the associates of Lord Krishna, such as Brahma, Shiva, Narada, Sukha, and Sanatana Kumara, are very pleased in the sentiment of servitude. Sri Nityananda, the wandering mendicant, is the foremost of all the associates of Lord Chaitanya. He became mad in the ecstasy of service to Lord Chaitanya. Srivasa, Haridasa, Ramadasa, Gadadhara, Murari, Mukunda, Chandrasekhara and Vaksevara are all glorious and are the learned scholars, but the sentiment of servitude to Lord Chaitanya makes them mad in ecstasy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thus they dance, sing, and laugh like madmen, and they instruct everyone. Just be loving servants of Lord Chaitanya. Just be loving servants of Lord Chaitanya. Just be loving servants of Lord Chaitanya. Sri Advaita Acarya thinks, Lord Chaitanya considers me his spiritual master, yet I feel myself to be only his servant. Love for Krishna has this one unique effect. It imbues superiors, equals and inferiors with the spirit of service in Lord Krishna. For evidence, please listen to the examples described in the revealed scriptures, which are corroborated by the realization of great souls. Although no one is a more respected elder for Krishna than Nanda Maharaj in Vraya, who in transcendental paternal love has no knowledge that his son is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Still, ecstatic love makes him, what to speak of others, feel himself to be a servant of Lord Krishna. He too prays for attachment and devotion to the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, as the words from his own mouth give evidence. My dear Uddhava, please hear me. In truth, Krishna is my son, but even if you think that he is God, I would still bear toward him my own feelings for my son. May my mind attach to your Lord Krishna. May our minds be attached to the lotus feet of your Lord Krishna. May our tongues chant his holy names, and may our bodies lie prostrate before him. Wherever we wander in the material universe, under the influence of karma, by the will of the Lord, may our auspicious activities cause our attraction to Lord Krishna to increase. Lord Krishna's friends in Vrindavan, headed by Sridasa, have pure fraternal affection for Lord Krishna and have no idea of his opulences. Lord Krishna's friends in Vrindavan, headed by Sridama, have pure fraternal affection for Lord Krishna and have no idea of his opulences. Although they fight with him and climb upon his shoulders, they worship his lotus feet in the spirit of servitude. Some of the friends of Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, massaged his feet, and others whose sinful reactions had been destroyed fanned him with hand-held fans. Even the beloved girlfriends of Lord Krishna in Vrindavan, the gopis, the dust of whose feet was desired by Sri Uddhava, and who are more dear to Krishna than anyone else, regard themselves as Krishna's maidservants. Oh Lord, remover of the afflictions of the inhabitants of Vrindavan, O hero of all women, O Lord, who destroy the pride of your devotees by your sweet gentle smile. O friend, we are your maidservants. Please fulfill our desires and show us your attractive lotus face. O Uddhava, it is indeed regrettable that Krishna resides in Mathura. Does he remember his father's household affairs and his friends, the cowherd boys? O great soul, does he ever talk about us, his maidservants? When will he lay on our heads his guru-scented hand? What to speak of the other gopis, even Sri Radhika, who in every respect is the most elevated of them all, and who has bound Sri Krishna forever by her loving attributes, serves his feet as his maidservant. O my Lord, O my husband, O most dearly beloved, O mighty armed Lord, where are you? Where are you, O my friend? Reveal yourself to your maidservant, who is very much aggrieved by your absence. In Dwarakadama, all the queens, headed by Rukmini, also consider themselves maidservants of Lord Krishna. When Jarasandha and other kings, bows and arrows upraised, stood ready to deliver me in charity to Sisupala, he forcibly took me from their midst, as a lion takes its share of goats and sheep. The dust of his lotus feet is therefore the crown of unconquerable soldiers. May those lotus feet, which are the shelter of the goddess of fortune, be the object of my worship, knowing me to the performing austerities with the desire to touch his feet. He came with his friend Arjuna and accepted my hand. Yet I am but a maidservant engaged in sweeping the floor of the house of Sri Krishna. Through austerity and through renunciation of all attachments, we have become maidservants in the home of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is satisfied in himself. What to speak of others? Even Lord Baladev, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is full of emotions like pure friendship and paternal love. He also considers himself a servant of Lord Krishna. Indeed, who is there who doesn't have the conception of being a servant of Lord Krishna? He who is Sesa, Sankarsana, with his thousands of mouths, serves Sri Krishna by assuming 10 forms. Rudra, who is an expansion of Sadasiva and who appears in unlimited universes, is also a Gunavatara and is the ornament of all the demigods in the endless universes. He also desires only to be a servant of Lord Krishna. Sri Sadasiva always says, I am a servant of Lord Krishna. I am a servant of Lord Krishna. Intoxicated by ecstatic love for Lord Krishna, he becomes overwhelmed and incessantly dances without gloating and sings about Lord Krishna's qualities and pastimes. All the emotions, whether those of father, mother, teacher or friend, are full of sentiments of servitude. That is the nature of love of Krishna. Lord Krishna, the one Master and the Lord of the universe, is worthy of being served by everyone. Indeed, everyone is but a servant of his servants. That name, that same Lord Krishna, that same Lord Krishna has descended as Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Everyone therefore is his servant. Everyone therefore is his servant. Some accept him, whereas others do not. Yet everyone is his servant. One who does not accept him, however, will be ruined by his sinful activities. I am a servant of Lord Chaitanya, a servant of Lord Chaitanya. I am a servant of Lord Chaitanya and a servant of his servants. Saying this, Advaita Prabhu dances and loudly sings. Then, at the next moment, he quietly sits down. The source of the sentiment of servitude is indeed Lord Balaram. The plenary expansions who follow him are all influenced by that ecstasy. Lord Sankarsana, who is one of his incarnations, always considers himself a devotee. Another of his incarnations, Lakshmana, who is very beautiful and opulent, always serves Lord Rama. The Vishnu, who lies on the Kaushal ocean, is an incarnation of Lord Sankarsana, and accordingly the emotion of being a devotee is always present in his heart. Advaita Acarya is a separate expansion of him. He always engages in devotional service with his thoughts, words, and actions. By his words he declares, I am servant of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus with his mind he always thinks, I am a devotee. With his body he worships the Lord by offering Ganges water and tulsi leaves. And by preaching devotional service. He delivered the entire universe. Sesa Sankarsana, who holds all the planets on his head, expands himself in different bodies to render service to Lord Krishna. These are all incarnations of Lord Krishna. Yet we always find that they act as devotees. The scriptures call them incarnations as devotees. The position of being such an incarnation is above all others. Lord Krishna is the source of all incarnations, and all others are his parts or partial incarnations. We find that the whole and the part behave as superior and inferior. The source of all incarnations has the emotions of a superior when he considers himself the master, and he has the emotions of an inferior when he considers himself a devotee. The position of being a devotee is higher than that is equality with Lord Krishna, for the devotees are dearer to Lord Krishna than his own self. Lord Krishna considers his devotees greater than himself. In this connection, the scriptures provide the abundance of evidence. O Uddhava, neither Brahma, nor Sankara, nor Sankarsana, nor Lakshmi, nor even me, own self, is as dear to me as you. The sweetness of Lord Krishna is not to be tasted by those who consider themselves equal to Krishna. It is to be tasted only through the sentiment of servitude. It's ecstatic love, chanting ecstasy. It is to be tasted only through the sentiment of servitude. This conclusion of the revealed scriptures is also the realization of experienced devotees. Fools and rascals, however, cannot understand the opulences of devotional emotions. Baladeva, Lakshmana, Advaita Acarya, Lord Nityananda, Lord Sesa, and Lord Sankarsana taste the nectarian mellows of the transcendental bliss of Lord Krishna by recognizing themselves as being his devotees and servants. They are all mad with that happiness, and they know nothing else. He tries to taste his own sweetness, but he cannot do so without accepting the emotions of a devotee. Therefore, Lord Krishna accepted the position of a devotee, and he descended in the form of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is complete in every respect. He tastes his own sweetness through the various emotions of a devotee. He has formerly explained this conclusion. All the incarnations are entitled to the emotions of devotees. There is no higher bliss than this. There is no higher bliss than this. There is no higher bliss than this. The original Bhakta Avatara is Sankarsana. Sri Advaita is counted among such incarnations. The glories of Sri Advaita Acharya are boundless, for his sincere vibrations brought aboard Lord Chaitanya descent upon this earth. He liberated the universe by preaching Sankirtana. Thus the people of the world received the treasure of love of Godhead through the mercy of Sri Advaita Acharya. Who can describe the unlimited glories of Advaita Acharya? I write here as much as I have known from great authorities. I offer my obeisances 10 million times to the lotus feet of Sri Advaita Acharya. Please do not take offense of this. Your glories are as fathomless as millions of oceans and seas. Speaking of its measure is a great offense indeed. All glories to Sri Advaita Acharya. All glories to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the superior Lord Nityananda. Thus in 2 verses I have described the truth concerning Advaita Acharya. O devotees, please hear about the 5 truths. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunatha, always desiring their mercy. I, Krishnadasa, narrate Sri Chaitanya Caritamrita, following in their footsteps. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you everybody for listening to this beautiful, beautiful chapter. See you tomorrow, I suppose. Thank you for listening, for keeping me company. Bye, everybody.